So in this box is something that I, as an outdoor enthusiast and wildlife photographer, have been waiting for so long. So I'm currently here in front of an estuary and we're going to pit these shoes through their paces and see if they stand up to what I'm looking for. For the next test, I want to see how capable they are of climbing trees and if they're just good shoes all round. So without further ado, let's get right into this box and check these new shoes out. Jesus. They look so revolutionary. They look literally like something straight out of like an AI kind of movie. That is epic. So the first thing I notice is that these are like green. They will look camouflaged in literally like any scenario that I put them in. Because they're green and also they've got that brown, like if I'm walking around on sand or like in the woodlands or in forest, they will actually blend into the surroundings. The inside there is like some really bright neon green, but you will never see that because that's where your foot is. And the sole on the bottom is a Michelin one. They literally make tires, so that is going to be super grippy. I reckon that will be grippy like on all surfaces. There's so many different types of grip on this shoe, and the whole thing is made out of recycled, I'm not sure what kind of material is recycled, but I know it's like 100% recycled, which just adds that form factor of like an outdoor shoe. So barefoot shoes have just become super popular at the moment just because everyone realizes the benefit of having a wider foot base, and the normal shoes that you've grown up with and that you usually wear really constrict your feet. And if you look at a human's foot, your like little toe is literally like almost overlapping your other toes. And if you've ever seen videos and pictures of a person who's never worn shoes before, especially like the Amazonian jungle and the tribes, their feet literally look like hands. And apparently having a wider toe base and making your feet land and walk in the natural way that they should eliminates all discomfort and problems that people have with their feet. I've been wearing Vivo shoes for about 6 years now, and I can clarify that my feet have no problem at all. Since I've been wearing Vivo, my foot size has actually gone up a full size. So I was size 8 and now I'm size 9 in like normal conventional shoes, just because the toe box and the whole shape of the shoe makes your feet go back to the normal shape that they are. So it's not a technology because it's just going back to like how our footwear should be, but it is revolutionary in modern standards. So let's just get this piece of cardboard out. And they're so light, like compared to a normal boot that you wear, like these are incredibly light. You won't have any problem walking miles in these. And I just can't get over the look of them. Like they literally look like no other shoe on the market at the moment. These almost put like Kanye's shoes in the bin in terms of like style. This is actually so nice. Basically the first thing I noticed when opening these was the fact that they look like they're AI generated, and I feel like in the future with all clothing it's really going to have an AI twist on it, because especially when I was creating clothing for my own brand, I kept going on DALL-E and prompting it for clothing, and the stuff you can create is actually out of this world, and this literally looks out of this world. And I can tell that there may have been some AI input in the design of these shoes, especially with this pattern, which is amazing to see that AI is actually like helping shape the kind of fashion and styles that we wear. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I feel like from this point onwards, fashion is going to change so quickly and evolve so quickly, just because the time that we would have spent like generating and illustrating this design can literally be done in like a couple of seconds with a prompt. Now the material of the tongue feels so durable. This whole shoe, even though it's light, it feels extremely durable, and to have a shoe that's lightweight and durable as well is really hard to come by. One of the things I've been looking for in a boot as well is the stealthiness of them, like not only in terms of camouflage, which these do, like these are super camouflaged in, like I said, in any situation that I put them in, I feel like. But another key element that I'm looking for is the noise that boots make. And this is another thing that I was looking at as a wildlife photographer, is the quietness of the boots that I was looking at. And all of the ones that I was getting was just making so much noise. They were squeaking. The soles would be super hard and they would make loads of noise when you're walking. From the first impressions I'm getting on these are not making a noise like at all. And if you've seen the versatility of these Vivobarefoot shoes, it's not just the boots, that any of their shoes, they literally like fold up into nothing. So you could put these in a bag and just chuck them right in the bottom of your bag and just like, yeah, like just put them anywhere basically. So in a minute we'll go out and actually see like how quiet they actually are, because that is a main component of why I think these are going to be amazing, is just because of the stealthiness of them. So I'm not entirely sure on the eyelets, but they are it looks like metal. Like, I'm not sure if they're going to rust if I put them through the salt water, because I've had loads of issues with my other boots which have had metal on them. Living by the coast, they do rust pretty easily and get loads of stuff on them. I think it would be better if they were kind of like plastic, in my opinion, but that's just me because I live near the coast and there's like salt water and salt everywhere. But I mean, it's such like a small part of the shoe that I shouldn't have any issues with that. And these laces as well, like I think Kanye came up with some like outdoor shoes and you could like cut them open and use them as like a fire lighter, which I don't think you'll ever need or use, but these shoelaces feel super solid. Like, I feel like you could tie loads of stuff out with them if you need to in an emergency situation. It's literally like a piece of rope, which is awesome. Now, in terms of the grip on the bottom, these, like I said, they're made by Michelin, which makes tires for cars. But as with tires, they're specific tires made for like tarmac and off-road, so I'm not sure if these are going to be good along all surfaces because they're like made for the jungle, so they might not be good for like concrete and just walking around town. But in the future I'll do like a long-term review of these and let you know how I get on. But what I'm noticing about the tread pattern on the bottom is the grooves are actually much bigger than normal like boots. Like, I'll just show you the boots that I got on at the moment. The tread pattern is actually super wide in comparison to any boots I've ever seen, so maybe that'll make a difference, or maybe it will help with like walking on soft the ground like sand and stuff. So on the back of them there's this nice piece of material and a little loop for you to help put on the boot. Now, because these aren't like slip-on shoes, that will come in really helpful when you're trying to put them on. Now, I've actually had some boots in the past that have a twist system with the wire laces. I mean, that would be absolutely incredible if these, like this would be a perfect boot if it had that, but the only issue is you wouldn't have the rope that you could detach and use in emergency situations. So if there was a way that you could have that twist system with this rope and you could take it off, oh my, like in the future that will probably become a thing, but that would be the perfect boot. So that's the only kind of downside is to these boots, is that you have to take quite a long time like putting them on and lacing them up. But for a boot like this, I feel like you're going to be in it for a long time once they're on, so that's just kind of a personal pet peeve of mine. Now, you've got some nice kind of branding on the side, so there's a logo on the side here and on the back, and it says ESC on these little triangles on the side. I actually don't know what these pieces are for. I think they're just for kind of structures support around the ankle. Yeah, actually that's exactly what they're for, because these lay right on where that bone is, like that annoying bone that if you hit it actually kills. So that's just extra protection for your heel and ankle. Now, it said in the description online these are waterproof. Now, it doesn't feel like they're waterproof in my opinion. It's kind of like almost like a canvas material, so maybe they're water resistant and I read that wrong. I did a waterproof test when I got home and I can clarify these are 0% waterproof. They just let in any water that touches them. But the tongue is actually connected to the boot, so it's basically a whole boot without any gaps all the way down, so you won't have any dirt or grit getting into the bottom of the shoe and just being really annoying. Also, this isn't like a paid sponsor from Vivo. I literally have brought these myself and I'm reviewing them because this is a shoe that I've been looking for a while, so hopefully it turns out to be as good as what I anticipated. I've just noticed as well that the stitching is actually underneath this plastic part of the shoe, this design. It feels like they stitched the shoe together and then added that plastic bit on, which is recycled plastic. It might not even be plastic, I don't know. So it feels like they've really thought about the durability of the stitching, and every single stitch on here just looks like it's gonna withstand quite a lot. But we'll find out with time in the next review, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see that. But for now, let's go out, pit these on and pit them through their paces and see if they're as good as they sound. Okay, so this right here is what you call a tidal estuary, which means all of these rocks behind me are covered in slippery seaweed, which is a perfect practice ground to test the grip on the boots. Now, I walk along here literally every day, so this is going to be a pretty important test for me. So first of all, let's loosen up these laces. That was pretty easy to put on. They're so light, I cannot get over that. Literally feels like you're just wearing like a bit of fabric on your feet. That is crazy. These are actually feeling really nice and loose on the feet, but like snug, like loose but snug. Okay, so there is quite a bit of lace left. Like, look at this. I don't know where that's gonna go. I'll have to put it around the back and tie them up that way. Now about the laces on the Vivos, the first ever Vivos I had was the Vivo Primus Lite, and the issue with them was the laces used to always come undone when I was running or just walking, and as I'm tightening these up I feel like they might come undone easily, but we'll just have to see if that happens. So even in this terrain it looks like they're super camouflaged. So if I'm down here wanting to get some pictures of some seabirds, these shoes will really make my feet blend into the surroundings. Okay, so they're both on now. Here's the moment of truth, the first couple of steps, what they're gonna feel like. Okay, this isn't probably the best terrain to try some new pair of shoes because they'll probably get messy, but it's like you're on a cushion, but you can feel every single rock under your feet, and no other shoes kind of give you that experience of like comfort but feeling the ground at the same time. Okay, so I found the perfect test site. Look at this. This is absolutely covered in slippery seaweed. So this section right here is super wet and slippery, so let's see how these handle. I'm actually really happy with how these are handling so far, like how these are handling. It's like I'm driving a car, but honestly, there is no problem here. Right, I'm gonna put the other boots on and see how they handle in exactly the same spot. Okay, so these are a little bit more slippery. Whoa. Yeah, these are definitely way more slippery than the other ones. Okay, so from that test, I would actually say they performed above standards from normal boots that I've tested. Obviously, they did slip, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not gonna say they didn't. They did slip at some point. This is like a really hard terrain for any shoe. So I'm gonna give them a 7 out of 10 for their performance on this terrain. The places that I go to, you need a bike in order to get to them, so I cycle quite a lot. So these boots have to perform well on a bike as well. From this test, they did feel really wide on the pedal, but you kind of get used to it after a while. And the shoe does hold on to the pedal really well, but it does take a little bit of adjustment to find the sweet spot for the grip. But overall, there's not an issue here, and I could definitely cycle with these boots on. Yeah, I'm not messing around. 3, 2, 1. Who needs traction control when you've got a pair of Vivo Jungles? It literally feels like you've got a pair of trainers on, but they're even lighter than a pair of trainers, I feel like. So that hill was absolutely no problem on the incline and the decline, like there's just no issue there. That grip just digs right into the ground. So for this test of running and walking on a dirt track, I'll give them a solid 10 out of 10, and so does the Blackbird. Now these shoes literally have jungle in their name, so I want to test them out in trees. If I need to, you know, as a wildlife photographer, get to the top of a tree and photograph a peregrine falcon, let's see how good they are at climbing trees. So I want to start off easy and get more and more advanced. So this is literally just a step up, so let's try and test them out on this little bit here. So from that test, what I'm noticing is basically all of that pattern on the side acts as grip as well, because it's like rubber. So the whole boot is basically grip. Now behind me is probably one of the most dangerous trees in this whole woodland. This is a thorn tree, and we're gonna see how far up we can climb with just our bare hands and these shoes. Okay, here goes nothing. Okay, these are extremely grippy, but I don't want to go any higher because I'm actually concerned for the tree itself. He looks like a bit of an old soul, and there's a lot of insects in there that have made him their home. So for the climbing and parkour aspect of these shoes, I'm going to give them like a solid 10 out of 10 again. They're so grippy, yet you can actually shape your foot around the branch, which is so incredible. And because the sole and the whole shoe is so flexible, and again with that pattern that just acts as extra grip. So I was just jumping around and we had a lace failure. This is our first one. But this made me realize maybe the laces are so long because you have to do like a double knot on them. So I've gone and done a double knot, so we'll carry on and see if they come undone again. So I'm all geared up, I've got my wide telephoto lens on, and down here, just right here, is a pair of oyster catchers, and we're going to test these shoes for what I've really got them for and walk down here as stealthily and quietly as possible and see if they are quiet and how close we can get. So let's go. So I can feel every twig before I put my foot down, which is just amazing, and you just feel super light on your feet. Now there is a path running right down underneath here, so I'm hoping that I get to it before anyone else does. Now so far, the actual shoes themselves aren't making any noise. This is exactly what I was looking for. But the only thing making most of the noise is me talking. I don't think it can hear me, it's quite far away, but it can definitely hear me rustling around. So I've made it to the point just where the oyster catcher is, and I can see the oyster catcher still in the same spot, so let's grab some images of it so you can get a close-up on this majestic bird. So these are going to be my work boots for the foreseeable future, so if you want to see them in even more extreme conditions, subscribe and I'll do an update in the future. Now I'm going to enjoy this view and I'll talk to all of you in the comments. See you in the next one.